Good Saturday morning of the 34th week. This is, I'm going to give you the last part of Luke's gospel, okay? Jesus said to his disciples, beware that your hearts don't become drowsy from carousing and drunkenness and anxieties of daily life, and the day catch you by surprise like a trap. For that day will assault everyone who lives on the face of the earth. Be vigilant at all times and pray that you have the strength to escape the tribulations that are imminent and to stand before the Son of Man. See? I don't know where it was that this is a stark statement, the coming of Christ. Be aware. Don't be muddle-headed and all that. Be ready. And the way you're ready is to be ready to find Christ in the things and the people that are eventful in your life right now, at a given moment, to discover what Christ is at a given moment to you, because in a given moment, it's a moment of responsibility and love. And that's the Christ you're going to encounter. That's the truth. One of the saints was that, I think it might have been Paul of the Cross. No, it was a Passionist saint, I think. If I get this wrong, well, I'm not plagiarizing. I'd footnote it if I could. All right? But he said, if you knew that Christ was coming right now, what would you do? And he said, I keep doing what I'm doing. That's a great answer. I thought it was Paul of the Cross, but maybe not. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Why? Because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, whatever it may be. It could be anything from whatever, heroic actions, great sacrifice, or it could be the simplest thing is frying eggs, because you're frying eggs for your husband or your wife or your kids. You're on the ball field coaching. Don't run into church. Keep coaching the kids. It's what you're supposed to do. If I'm teaching in a class, I'm teaching. But try to teach wisely and faithfully. If you're going to coach, be a good coach. If you're going to fry an egg, do it right, okay? Don't overcook it. You see? It's what you're called to do at a given moment. That's the moment of grace. Do it well. Do it well. The encounter with Christ that's what it is. The encounter with Christ is the moment in which, every moment in your life, which you are acting in a manner that is called for at that moment. It could be from the most romantic moment to the most banal, washing the dishes, okay? Carrying on the everydayness of life, doing the laundry, which I got to remember to do today. You see? If you're called upon to do the laundry, then don't run to church. Do the laundry. You see? Yeah. If it's time to be quiet with your spouse, be quiet with your spouse. If it's time to take care of the kids and go on the ball field, go on the ball field with it. If you're watching a ball game, you're watching it on television, watch the game. You see? See? That's the truth. Live well and do well in living well. That's philosophy. That goes all the way back to Plato and Aristotle. But there's a truth in it that is profound. Christ is found in the moment of our lives as we live it, and as we live it responsibly, wisely, faithfully. That's the truth. See, being faithful doesn't mean you kept your nose clean. Being faithful means you respond and you actively respond to the moments called for. It calls for your fidelity. It calls for your effort. It's not a case of just keeping your nose clean. It's a case of actually acting in a manner appropriate to the moment. That's what fidelity is, a fidelity to life and the calling of life, which is the calling of Christ. That's the truth. That is the truth. I think about that a lot these days, What am I doing? How do I bring closure to my life? And I assume the answer is the same one that was given. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. And hopefully doing it faithfully and well, taking care that I do what I'm called to do by life, by God, by the people in my life. That I be good and generous and wise. Given all my limitations, being responsible to the moment and responsive to the moment that Christ called to us. In the callings that we have as spouses, me as priest or religious, professor, whatever, as you look into your own heart, who are you? What are you? Where are you in this moment of life? At this very moment, and what's asked of you? Are you faithful? Are you faithfully hearing the call of life, which is probably the call of your spouse, or your children, your people in your life? Not going to sound like God. It's going to sound like your neighbor, maybe. It could sound like your wife, eh? Your husband, your kids say, Ma, Pop, you see, whatever. It's a voce de Dio. That's the voice of God calling you. See? That's what I think. Live responsibly. Live well. And whenever God calls you, you be doing whatever you're doing well. That's all he's asking. You don't have to be in church. In fact, you better not be if you're supposed to be making a buck for your family. You get it? Do what your life calls you to do. And if God calls you at that given moment, says, what are you up to? I'm up to what you asked me to do. I'm living as well as I know how. I'm giving it my best shot. See? I'm taking care of my family. That's a great line. I'm taking care of my family. It's truth.